Hello, Standard 7. We have started with the administration, Akbar's administration, and in Akbar's administration, we have completed the revenue administration. Today, we'll be doing about army administration. This army administration is also known as Mansabdari system. Okay, army administration also known as Mansabdari system. So the word Mansab means rank or position, and the Mansabdar held particular prominent position in Akbar's army. What is the meaning of the word Mansab? Mansab means rank or position, and the one who was holding this rank, okay, he was known as Mansabdar. This rank of the Mansab, it determined, it means everyone was not having a same rank. Rank of Mansab was determined by his salary and military responsibility. Okay, rank of the Mansab determined by his salary and military responsibility. And the Mansabs were divided into two. Two Mansabdars were there. One was known as Jat and other was known as Sawar. So Jat and Sawar were two important division of Mansabdar rank. Now who were called Jat? Jat was responsible for deciding the and maintaining decide Jat was responsible for deciding and maintaining the number of soldiers under him. Means number of soldiers were maintained by the Jats, and Sawars maintained the number of horses. Okay, the Sawars maintained. So as I told you, the rank determined, okay, by his salary and military responsibility. Means different ranks were given. Some were given the high rank, so their salary was high. Some and military responsibility was more. Some were given the low rank, so their salary was less and military responsibility was less. So here it was divided into two groups, Jat and Sawar, and Jats were responsible for maintaining number of soldiers and Sawars were responsible for maintaining number of horses. And rank of Jats ranged from, now what is the rank? It ranged from 10 to 10,000. And princes were generally given the rank above 5,000. Means the higher rank were mainly obtained by the princes. They were given the rank above 5,000. Now here you have to also remember that Mansabdar salaries were fixed in cash form. However, they received their salary in the form of taxes, which were mainly received from the Jagirs assigned by the king, and the amount of the money received through taxes was equal to the Mansabdar salary. Okay. So here, and one more very important thing which you have to remember, that Mughal army was an efficient fighting machine, and Akbar maintained a group of special soldiers, and this group of special soldiers, they were known as Ahadis. Okay, and Akbar also had a strong artillery. So these are the things which you have to remember in the Mansabdari system. The next which you have to remember, it's about Akbar's religious policy. Okay, Akbar's religious policy. Now, what type of ruler he was? He was a liberal ruler, he was a secular ruler, and he was so secular that he had approach towards all religion. So he had shown tolerance to all the religions, especially Hinduism, and we can see that in 1562 AD he abolished pilgrim tax. This was the tax, pilgrim tax and jizya tax. This was the tax which was imposed on non-Muslims. Non-Muslims were required to pay this tax, and this tax was opposed by Hindus for a long time, and Akbar gave them relief by removing these taxes. Okay, so which are the two taxes which were abolished? In 1562, he abolished pilgrim tax, and in 1564 AD, he removed jizya tax. Then he also allowed building of temples, Okay, he allowed the Hindus for building the temples. So much of liberal he was. We can see his religious tolerance can be reflected in many aspects. Okay, we can see that he himself participated individually. He did not force the people. Individually, he participated in various Hindu festivals like Holi, Diwali, Raksha Bandhan. Okay, and many non Muslims were his trusted friends. And he appointed, as I have already explained to you, Rajput policy. So many non Muslim officials were appointed on a high rank. So this shows he was liberal towards all the religion. Now, Ibadat Khana, hall of worship. Hall of worship was built by Akbar. Okay, Akbar, he built Ibadat Khana in 1575 AD in his new capital, Fatehpur Sikri. And what was this Ibadat Khana? In this place, it was before it was a hall of worship only, but later what Akbar did in this place, he invited teachers of various religions and held debates and discussions about different religions with them. Now, which are the religions who were having the debate and discussions? Hindus, Muslims, Jews, Zoroastrians, Jains, and Christians all came to Ibadat Khana for holding discussions. So, this was Ibadat Khana. Next, you have Deen-e-Ilahi. Deen-e-Ilahi. It was a new religion, we can say it was a new religious path or the new religion which was founded by Akbar. So, Deen-e-Ilahi, also known as divine faith. And this new religion was based on all essential elements. All essential elements means the good points of all the religion. Okay, all essential elements of various religion. Akbar devised this new religion that people of his empire would greatly benefit for it, as it would give rise to a new creed which had the common ideal of different religions in one combined form. So here Deen-e-Ilahi Akbar suggested the belief in one God and recognized himself as a God's representative on earth. However, he never forced his new religion on any of his subjects. And Deen-e-Ilahi was a very simple religious path. Worship of sun, fire, and other sources of light was an important feature in it. And killing of elements and custom of sati was discouraged by this new religion. Now, Akbar, he aimed at achieving peace, tolerance, and unity in India, where people of diverse religions lived. So he started Sulah ay Kul, means universal peace or peace with all, was another important principle of Deen-e-Ilahi. Okay, but what was this Deen-e-Ilahi? Deen-e-Ilahi was not a new religion. It was only a moral code of conduct in which rituals, sacred books, places of worship, or priest had no place. It was accepted by very few people, and Raja Birbal was one of those few people. Okay, so here we completed today army administration. You see, in army administration, you studied about Mansab, means rank, and Mansabdar were the one who holded this rank, and this rank determined according to their salary and military responsibility. And Mansabdari system was divided into Jats and Savars. Okay, then you studied about Akbar's religious policy, where you studied he abolished the pilgrim and the jizya tax, which was imposed on non Muslims. And he also individually celebrated or participated in various Hindu festivals like Holi, Diwali, and Raksha Bandhan. Then you studied about Ibadat Khana, hall of worship, built in new capital at Fatehpur Sikri, where various religious teachers held debate and discussion about different religions. And Deen-e-Ilahi, a new religion which was known as Deen-e-Ilahi, was founded by Akbar. So you studied this, please learn.